Hey everyone, it's Jonathan Mallard and Stephen Orr here at the Benzinga World Headquarters in downtown Detroit, Michigan. And it's been great having you in town, Steve. And while you're here, we get questions all the time. How does a professional trader use Benzinga Pro? How do you set up Benzinga Pro? And so we just wanted to share with you guys how Steve sets it up. So how do you do it, Steve?
That's a great question, Jonathan. I'm asked that all the time. So let's do it. Let's show you how I set up my screens. The first thing you want to set up is the movers page. So you click on it in the workspace. Very good. A second one that we're going to open up is a details page. Third one we're going to open up is a news feed. And the fourth one we're going to open up is a signals. Great. In the movers, already the default settings are pretty good, actually. A couple things you want to know is if you're looking for gainers and losers in the day, make sure it's on gainers and losers. If you're just looking for gainers or losers, you can easily change that out. And you also want to be able to change out the session. So if you're in the pre-market session, make sure you have it on pre-market, obviously regular cash session, or in the after hours, change that out. For me, I'm looking at the 15-minute. I'm looking for the fast movers, right? The ones with news or with technical trading. In sectors, I'm looking for everything. I know a lot of you out there are looking for the biotechs or the hot stuff, right? The tech stocks. You can change that in the sectors section, but I don't. I leave it all open because I want to see everything. I really don't care what's moving. That's going to be a part of it.
Right.
And I don't care how big the market cap is, and I don't care how small it is, and I certainly don't care about how big the price is. But I know a lot of people are very worried about bigger price stocks. They don't want to shell out the $2,000 for Amazon. So a lot of times that we won't put on Infinity, we'll lower it down to the 100. But the cool thing about our movers is that you can now customize it too. So sometimes throughout the day, I will customize if I'm looking for a certain type of stock. Very simple. Yep. So, but if you click on the Apply Filters wording right there, you'll make the whole thing go away. There you go. Perfect. And there it is.
So right where that blue bar is where you can collapse.
Yes. Second of all, it's very simple. We always have a details page up. So if I click on any symbol, I'm able to see it change in real time. There it is. The price, the charting, all the financials, if I need those immediately too as well, especially if I'm trying to create my thesis. I'm looking for those kind of things. So it's very simple and it's dynamic too. So it's immediate, right?
Nice.
Yep. So the third thing I'm looking at is in the news feed. If you look in the left-hand corner of the news feed, you'll see sources. So in the sources right now, default settings is 2. We're going to add to that, but right now we have Benzinga Signals and Benzinga Wire checked. I also want to check press releases. I really don't want to miss any press releases. The rest of the stuff I leave open, and that's because I really don't want to clog up my news feed. It's very important that I see the most news-breaking and newsworthy stories and not something that's from the SEC. I will show you all how I set up my what I call my Edgar page. That's easy, but for right now, just leave those 3. One thing that I do like to do is change the color out. So in the news feed, it does change out.
Nice.
So if you click on Benzinga Signals, the word, you'll see the color palette open up, and we're going to change that out. And I use blue and green.
Cool.
Yeah.
Blue, green. Like that?
Yep, sure do. And sometimes I use purple and green just if it's a contrast. But for the most part, I use blue and green.
Nice.
Right. And if you'll notice now, you see how they've changed that, and you can see the difference. They're very clear.
Absolutely, especially with that high volume of headlines coming through, it makes it a little more clear.
Now, I know a lot of you have been asking me about how to change out the categories and sectors. You can also look at just your watch list. I do have my own watch list, and so it's very simple within the platform. All you got to do is click on watch list, and it'll just filter out your watch list that you've already created. Based on the watch list that you already have. But for me, I like to see everything in the trading day. But some people ask, okay, what happened in my stock?
Right.
What happened in my equity? And it's very simple. In one click, you can hit watch list and it'll be right there.
Cool.
All right. And of course, you can also set your desktop notifications. I don't have desktop notifications, and the main reason is I'm actually watching the market.
Right.
So I don't really need the desktop notifications. But if you're away from your computer, you can easily set those up. All right, so the last one here is signals. The way that I set it up is I click everything, Jonathan.
Okay.
I do click on price spike, option activity, block trade, halt and resume, opening gap, and highs and lows. Now, for me, I have it set on 52-week high and 52-week low. So Jonathan, click on 52-week high and 52-week low. For me, I do not put it on the session high and the session low because it does start to clog up my signals, and I really don't. I just really want to see what's popping for that day. I want to see what's moving, and I want to know why it's moving.
Right.
But that, for the most part, is how I set up my screens.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve. And if you guys want to know more about some of these other tools or in more detail, be sure to check out the other videos on our help site at pro.benzinga.help, or reach out to us anytime at onboarding@benzinga.com or VIP accounts@benzinga.com. You can set up a meeting with me or Steve. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll talk soon. Happy trading.